it should still work with Twitch, I think. Let's see. Okay. Yes, so maybe we can work now. Okay, so hello everyone. You might remember from previous streams. Oops, this way. Well, this 486. Well, I'm not sure you've actually seen the case already, but yeah, that's the one that we repaired during long hours. So I fixed the motherboard, I put it back in the case, I fixed some other stuff, I tried to put faceplates to cover the empty drive bays, and yeah, and it turns out the hard disk actually runs. So well, I thought I would show you some of the stuff that's on there. Unfortunately, the capture setup I have here is not really well suited for that, because this VGA converter it doesn't really like the text modes, so it shifts the display on the right, so it's missing some of the display, but well, we can still get most of it, and it seems to work fine with the VGA graphics. So let's see. I do have a VGA splitter, so I do have the display, a real LCD here. I added a floppy drive, one of the three I had at home, and it turns out the one that was written KO was actually the one that was working. So, well, so as you see here, the display is really shifted on the right, and well, it's scared. That's actually where my webcam shows it's actually the border of the screen. Well, yeah, I'll use this one, because this config actually gives me proper IP support. Well, I haven't tried Windows with this config, but well, yeah. And one of the nice thing I wanted to show you, but you really can't see because it's right on where it's cut. Back then, like 25 years ago, well, something like yeah, 99, 2000 also. I already started using Linux, and I thought these green OK messages were cool, so basically I added them to my DOS setup. And if I remember, this PC was in a one of the PCs at the local non-profit, the computer club I was going to back then, where I actually wired a coax network with 3 or 4 machines that were there. So here you see, depending on if the command was successful, I was sending some ANSI escape codes with like OK, passed, failed in red or green, whatever. It's quite verbose, but well, it looks cool. So here we have well, the usual DOS stuff. Win3.1 is actually the install files for Windows that were copied from floppies, I think. DOS programs, network stuff, Windows, and the floppy directory was actually substituted to the floppy drive because I couldn't find a working drive back then, so I just faked the A drive with this directory. We can probably start with that because well, there's FT2, that's fast tracker. I forgot to make OBS on all workspaces. Oh, that's okay. Fast tracker doesn't seem to use proper VGA mode, or at least not one of the modes that the scaler supports. But yeah, just up. That's the only module I have, and it's awful. Yeah, so really, really, the PC speaker was really. I never had an Amiga back then, so I was quite used to it. We did have, I think it was an Atari STE at the computer club. Well, it was really the end of the period, so I was really the only one interested into it. So let's see what we have. Yeah, I already had a look. I'm not sure what this X-Appeal was. For DOS, that's the usual stuff. Connects, it's an emulator. A terminal emulator. But I don't really have a serial. Damn, how you? Oh, okay, F10. The only thing serial I have plugged in is the mouse. Well, which I took some time to actually set up properly because there was a bus mouse card installed, and it seems it takes priority even if when there's no mouse plugged in. So I actually had to remove the card to get it working with the serial mouse. And there I have quite a lot of a lot of stuff. That's the some of the batch files I wrote. Again, which simulates the Linux look and feel. Well, almost feel. It's not really multi-user, but I actually recall trying some multi-user DOS thingy back then. It could work like four tasks on the screen, but well, yeah, Visa test, but then we don't have a Visa card. What do we have here? DOS shell, that's a classic. So yeah, DOS shell. I think there was a graphical mode, but well, oh yeah, graphics. But then I think you can't use it from when you run it from Windows. So yeah. Well, it's really pseudo-graphic, but and it's in French, of course. And it just forgets wherever I was. Those PRGMS. This keyboard is weird. It's actually a QWERTY keyboard I'm using as a French one. Those Inter SVR. That was Laplink lookalike. Edit EGA APM. I think you could actually suspend to memory or something. Some drivers. Yeah. That's a funny one. Again, the image is clipped for weird reasons, but MSD, yeah. Let's have a look at the system information. So SIS 471G mainboard. Yeah, and we have yeah, 4 megabytes, 3 megs extended, and yeah. Cyrus Logic. Well, it doesn't really detect the network card itself. Yeah, classic MS-DOS 6.22. Serial mouse. Yeah, no game port. The hard disk is like, yeah, 80 megs. One parallel port and 2 COM ports from a Visa multi-IO card. And yeah, back then we had to actually care about hierarchy conflicts and that kind of stuff. TSRs, device drivers. Yeah. Scan disk, scan disk. be.exe. I think that was batch enhancer. I use it in some of the scripts I make. The scripts I made, just like sleep HDD. That's something to park the disk. Yeah. Jobobet. Okay. And then there's this net folder, which I just figured out how to actually make it usable here, because I don't have a coaxial network anymore. Well, I think we do have one hub with a coax port somewhere around under a lot of boxes. So, but then I remember I had quite a lot of AUI transceivers for another project. So and the card I have inside actually has both AUI and Ethernet, well, BNC Ethernet, but I had to flip some weird jumper blocks to write the signals to it, but it works. So yeah, let's see. I really need a third screen here. So yeah, I can ping like Google. Oh, I think I need to be there. Yeah. There must be some environment variable to declare to tell it where the what TCP config file is. But well, if you're in the correct folder, it kind of works. Yeah. The most interesting thing with the network is Arachne, which was a web browser, and this one uses VGA mode, graphics mode, and it works well. Oh, it doesn't go to the oh, okay, it tries to resolve some antique domains. That's the hot list. It's oh yeah, okay. I remember it showing this page, but it defaults to it when there's no network configured. But well, so yeah, you could actually browse the web with MS-DOS and graphical mode and configure it properly. So well, we could try something like google.com, but then it doesn't really turn out very well. So so yeah, but I do have some more interesting website to go to. That's called frogfind.com. Yeah, and oh, okay, it did have the image in the cache. I think by default it doesn't load images. You can actually go there and force it to load images. So yeah, thanks Sean from Action Retro for this perfectly usable search engine for all computers. What can we look for? Arachne web browser. Oh, there's a Wikipedia page. And I lost the mouse. Where is my mouse? I think, yeah, it forgot to show it again because I can actually hover some things. Yeah, that's weird. Fine. If I go a little down, I should, yeah, let's see. That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Oh, escape? Okay, escape really escapes the browser. Ah. Oh, maybe actually it hasn't. Maybe that's because it's still loading the page. Yeah, abort. Ah, gosh. No, I need to stop the page loading. Ugh. So, abort. Ah, weird. We'll get to it. Ah, here it is. Arachne web browser. GPL web browser using its Visa and CGA display modes respectively. Yeah. And I'm still losing the mouse pointer. Ah, I got it back. There seem to be some bugs. And compiled using Borland C++ 3.1. Yeah. Has since been released under GPL as Arachne GPL. Yeah. Oh, there are builds available for Linux. This is svglib. That's cool. Pop SMTP. Oh. No, I don't think I clicked this, but well. Anyway, yeah, Arachne. Let's see what we have. I think that's about it for DOS stuff. There's a VNC here. I haven't tried it yet. But is it okay? VNC view, but I don't have any VNC view server configured. But yeah. Besides, it's probably yeah. I would need to configure the TCP here as well. Yeah, and there are some XFS stuff. I remember trying this, but I'm not sure it actually worked. There are some IPX stuff in the AutoExec. I'm not sure why, because I really never used IPX, but maybe that's because I never used it, so I thought, hey, let's try it. But I never really set up a server for it. What do I have here? Yeah, DOS. Yeah, that's some redirects from the auto exec. DL network line. That's some other network stuff. Yeah. Well, how about we try Windows? And you can see I was quite into Linux back then already. No one fucks with tags. Yeah. Oh, right. That's the classic Windows 3 for those who don't know. So that's the 3.1. Oh, I already was using my nickname back then. So basically, it's the one that came before Windows 95, which radically changed the look of things, including starting applications, because that's the program manager, that's the shell, if you want, the launcher for Windows 3, where you had group windows with accessories and other stuff. You had a startup category to run stuff automatically. Games, of course, but that's not actually the configuration that it was left into. I actually changed it to show friends how it looked before, and the difference. That's the file manager. So you had Windows and tree-like, but it's really just like the DOS shell with a more GUI look. But well, it works. But then Windows 95 came out, and this will end your Windows session. Yeah. Which was it? System.in. So yeah, that's the classic Windows. But some people actually thought, hey, let's give Windows 3 the Windows 95 look, and that's what was installed on this machine initially. So if you run Windows again, you will see the difference. Well, the backdrop is the same, obviously, but the rest. You can already see there are some icons on the desktop which really look like Windows 95. Yeah, if I go down, there's a taskbar and whoa, a start menu with lots of things that are really similar to Windows 95. Not sure if you can read because of the scaling, but yeah. Well, the other applications still look like this, like the Windows 3. I think I just changed the colors to have gray instead of white. as menu background and stuff, but yeah, that's about it. But then yeah, they also had a file explorer, like looked like there's no floppy. Yeah, it looked like really as much as possible like the Windows 95 Explorer. And yes, apps. No, that's so you had a fake My Documents folder here. I'll get to that in a minute. You could still run, of course, the old Program Manager, File Manager, and stuff, but well, and the classic control panel, which actually you can actually still access on Windows, at least Windows 10, I think, if you use Windows R, the Windows key and R, and you type control.exe. Basically, you get this with some more icons. But then, yeah, Calmira also integrated this into the menu here with other controls. Let's have a quick look there. So yeah, you could actually change a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, and Windows already had a registry. It wasn't used for everything because, as you saw, there were still some .ini files. But yeah, and you could, with Camera, you could actually fake multi-users. Well, much like Windows 95, which wasn't really multi-user, unlike NT. Desktop, yeah. And the dialogues actually really look like the Windows 95 because of the 3D appearance. But that's something you can actually force other apps to into using. With some apps, and here you can actually set up the shortcuts and everything. Taskbar. Yeah, you can really customize it. I'm not sure you could actually put it on the top of the screen. Well, so yeah, Calmira 2. And yeah, the floppy drive actually works. I can show you where did I put this. Yeah, I think this floppy works. I tried to find some floppy here, and of course most of them are actually Mac floppies or Linux floppies, so it won't help. But yeah, you can actually read the floppy. Yeah, let's. Oh yeah, I thought I said I wanted to show you. So these are files I drew. It's actually some drawing program. It's called Cartist. Well, basically it's to make flowcharts, and it's a shareware. Okay, yeah, I know. But then I used it to make CD-ROM covers. Can I zoom out? Yeah. Ah, I made some versions. Yeah. I was already into BIOS at the time. Yeah. Boom. Oh, top secret. So yeah. Um, I think I wanted to reverse engineer the format and make a tool to convert these to some more open formats, but I really never did it. Anyway, um, what do we have? Also, I think we have some apps for Windows. By the way, is it still? Yeah, it still has the date. Yeah, it's weird because the colors are not really. It looks more blue on the capture card, but well. Yeah, so these are some apps I tried back then. Oh, hi Virtual Labs. 80 megabytes, tough times. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, a lot of completely useless stuff here. This was to change the mouse pointer. Um, yeah, you could actually make it quite large, which can be useful for, I mean, accessibility, but well, there are quite some stuff missing in terms of accessibility in Windows 3. Well, not everything, because if you do Alt space, you actually have a system menu for every window, which allows you to move it with the mouse and do about anything really. And there are a lot of keyboard shortcuts, which not all of them actually survived in current Windows. So and not, well, even Linux sometimes misses them. These I'll show at the end because they are really annoying. All 3D. Oh yeah, that's one of the apps I talked earlier about. I think WinVer. Yeah. So if I run WinVer, which basically is a dialog box showing the Windows version, really useful. That's the default dialog look, and I think, I'm not sure which one, but if you run this and you run WinVer again, ta-da! It's all 3D! Completely useless, but yeah. So Calmera, which is running, and yeah, has a lot of stuff. Cartist, which I just showed you, with manuals. Yeah, back then you actually had proper documentation, local documentation. It didn't require you to have an internet connection to read the documentation. This is the WinHelp format, so there's a browser for this format, and well, some also had some write files. It's yeah, Microsoft Write. It's not as powerful as Word, but well, it's enough for many stuff. Yeah. CPU. There. Okay. If I do this, we do have a CPU meter. Oh, fancy. Gadgets. Ah, yeah. I think there's a little bug because the label. I think Windows wants the icon to go here, but the app wants its icon to be there. So we actually have to move it around. And yeah. Gadget. Oh, there's only one here. Games. Oh, games. Yes. Reversi. That's the this one I actually copied from Windows 3.0 because I think I used it a lot, and yeah, yeah, there's the classic one. There's a chess program as well. I remember playing it on my 386 laptop with a black and white display. Yeah. And oh, that's a weird Tetris clone. That you can play with the mouse. But then it, yeah, there are some odd stuff like bombs and stuff like that. So yeah. This one is funny. You need to create your network, and when they touch, well, basically the one with the larger network grabs the other one. So if I go here, well, if I do this, the green ate my part here. So if I do this, yeah, and I'm losing. Ugh. Yeah. Gadget, games, voice frame. What? Oh yeah, I tried it the other day and it doesn't run. I'm not sure why. I think it fakes some motif look for on the window border or something like this, but I'm not sure. I don't remember really. XIT. Oh, that's the shower. That's some funky toolbar with a lot of buttons on the windows. Well, it does have a useful one, the close button, but it can't really override these, so it can't make it the rightmost one. Anyway. Yeah, Z3D. Which was that? Oh yeah, some other way to make the UI look 3D, and then some other accessories, a calendar. Oh yeah, mouse warp. Oh, this one is really, if you go into the corner here, you stay in the corner. And this one, well, if you really go into the corner, you appear in the other corner. It's really annoying because you can't actually target like the start menu or something. It's really painful. So yeah, you just close it and yeah, now let's go really funky and get Bart Simpson. Yeah, here it just he just appears in a random window, so I get like the yeah, you see here on the control panel. Maybe just wait a bit, wait for it. Here it is on the left. Yeah, a Nico, cute little cat that's chasing the mouse. But then I also have a UFO. That's quite a lot of activity on this poor desktop. Yeah, is the trash empty? Yeah. Of course, you could actually run those stuff with Windows 3. I'm not sure 3.0, but 3.1 you could, yeah, have text mode stuff. Most of the command line tools you could actually run them interactively. But if you run like a GUI application, well, it would just or some something using a DOS extender, it would just switch to full screen and then suspend the rest of the apps. But you can still actually switch from it and to it. Yeah. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's some documentation for old. Also, that's some touchscreen or something, touchscreen stuff. I'm not sure exactly. That's some accessibility software. But I think it wants some driver install or something to. So yeah, that's about it. I'm not really sure what to do with it now. Here we can see I'm not sure I can. Yeah, I'm not sure I can kill Nico, but who would kill a kitty? Here we can actually see how Calmira fakes long file names, because Windows 3 was still using the old FAT file system, so 8.3. But then Calmira actually had its own database of long file name, which weren't actually file names. I think that's the file descript.ion description. If I edit it, yeah, you see mes documents. That's my document in French. So yeah, it's fake, but at least in the UI it would show it. But yeah, that's about it for long file names. Floppy, yeah, that's fast tracker 2. DOS, well, there's quite a lot of stuff in this DOS folder. Yeah, some find utilities. What's this French readme? Ah, it's tubing for the notepad. It's only 68K. Why? Anyway. Oh yeah, that's Microsoft antivirus. Yes, there was an antivirus for MS-DOS. I'm not really sure it actually worked, but well, yeah. And a backup utility which I never really used. Not even sure anyone ever used it, but PK and zip, yeah. Scan disk, obviously. I actually did image the disk. It took me some time because all the USB adapters I tried actually didn't like the disk. It was like either 20 gigs or whatever, or I even tried using a parallel ATA to SATA adapter with a SATA to USB adapter, but then it was like, oh, this disk is 30 exabytes or something. I wish. Anyway, Smartman. Some caching utilities because the kernel really didn't know what caching was. Yeah, those programs. Yeah, some zip files. Yeah, Windows didn't know what a zip file was back then. Nets, and then yeah, there's no really Windows networking install. I think it should be possible. I remember seeing stuff. I'm thinking maybe I should get NetSurf running. There's a Windows port, but I think it's only Win32, right? I don't remember. Well, I have to check later. Anyway, yeah, that's about it for this 486, which, well, it runs. I don't know for how long, but I think we saved it for now. Yeah. I think I just wait for the screensaver to sort, and I finish the video on this. How do you kill Neko? Maybe you actually can, if you run it twice, maybe. Windows apps. Gosh, it's slow. It's actually. Oh no! It actually runs twice. Oh gee. Ah, you just switch to it and Alt F4. Yeah, that works. Alt tab, Alt tab. And of course you get some retro issues, but well, yeah. I don't remember if there's a hot corner for the screensaver. No, I don't think so. Well. If you have any question or suggestion what I should do with it, I should probably check where. Well, I did write some programs for those back then, but not much. I remember writing a DOS driver to enable the full megabyte on my laptop, because I once opened it and I counted the memory chips and I thought, this makes 1 meg total. Why doesn't it see them all? I mean, it was like, oh, there's 640 and that's it. But well, and then I poked the chipset registers with debug, the debug command, and at one point after rebooting, it was actually counting the full megabyte. I thought, huh, which value did I write where? And then yeah, I just wrote a DOS driver to force this in the chipset. So you actually had to boot twice, because you had to run the driver and then boot again to to get the access to the memory. I'm not sure if it was actually maybe some models like well, it was maybe cheaper just to put the full megabytes but sell them for less without it activated, or I don't know. Oh, that's the screensaver. And there's still Bart Simpson. Ah well. So yeah, that's about it for this 486. Yeah, gee, that was 25 years ago I played with this. Well, anyway, see you around.